Hello and welcome to another episode of PD Man Rick. I'm your host Rick Koppel, and today we're going to talk about the cold medications, how they can conflict with PD medications and stuff. And it's important because this is a cold season, flu season, and you need to know what to take and what not to take, and what effects they can have on you, the potential effects they can have on you. So, here we go. Yep, there we are. First off, I hope you all had a happy new year, and may all your goals and dreams materialize for 2020. So, 2 weekends ago I came down with a cold. Now, I was the second cold I come down with in the last 2 years, I guess. Since moving to Colorado, about a third or fourth one since my symptoms of PD appeared back in 2012. I figure my immune system had just been superpowered or something, especially as it related to vitamin C that I've been taking and other antioxidants I've been taking since I came down with Parkinson's. But it may have been more than that. The study shows the rare tendency of catching colds and Parkinson's disease. I had no idea about that. I'll have the links published down in the description for you to peruse at your leisure, these various things. But I had no idea that Parkinson's patients had reduced one of the silver linings of Parkinson's disease, I guess. You have to look on the bright side of something. So, anyway, it appears it may be more due to the decline in catching colds than I originally thought. So, what do you take when you catch a cold or the flu? Or if you have allergies? I recall from the PD support group in Burnet, Texas. Hi, anybody from there is what happens to be watching this. That there are some conflicts between cold medications and Parkinson's medications that you might be taking. So I will need to review that, so I did some research on it to refresh my mind on what exactly I needed to watch out for when I took cold medications and what ones not to take at all. Now, back in the day, I was taking carbidopa levodopa, common one taken by every Parkinson's patient pretty much. And then I also took selegiline, which is a MAO-B inhibitor, and I took a dopamine agonist, Pinapol. I can't say it, blah, blah, blah. It's the generic equivalent of Mirapax, I believe. Anyway, I took those, and I think I would have had to been more concerned about it, but I will get into that later. Now, most cold medications can make you drowsy. Or even the ones that say they won't make you drowsy can add to Parkinson's medications because it's kind of a stacking effect. If your Parkinson's medication makes you sort of drowsy, then when you add on cold medications, it can also make you drowsy, even if they say they're non-drowsy formulas and stuff like that, can add to the drowsiness effect. What the non-drowsy ones mean is that it doesn't make you as drowsy. It can still have drowsy effects on you. So when you stack that up, you can get past your drowsy line, whatever that is. It's not an official term, I just made it up, but your drowsy line. And you can suddenly become drowsy, or zombie-ish, as I like to term it. So whenever you start taking cold medications, any cold medication really with your Parkinson's meds, you have to be aware that you can have periods where you can get drowsy. So you have to be careful watching driving and using machinery and that kind of thing. You have to kind of gauge yourself and be aware of that factor in that. So that's a general overall warning about any kind of medication you take. Cold medication, even if it's listed not drowsy, is that it can add to the drowsy effects of your Parkinson meds, push you over the line. So anyway, we're going to go to our first clip here. It's an antihistamine clip. Antihistamines, these combat sneezing, runny nose, or itchy or watery eyes. There are two types of antihistamines available over the counter. Non-sedating, Allegra, Claritin, Zyrtec. You want to choose from this group because there are no interactions between these antihistamines and PD medications. Sedating, like Activate, Benadryl, and Dramamine. Anti-chlorogenic medications such as I'm not even gonna worry about that one. That word. Such as blah blah blah, and Artane and Biotrin and Aketon should not be taken with these medications. Both can cause a drying effect on the body, which can result in a heat stroke reaction. If a PD medication makes you drowsy, avoid these antihistamines during the day. So yeah, antihistamines in general, even the non-sedating ones, can make you sedated and have those problems that we talked about before, non-drowsing, and both can cause a drying effect on the body, which can result in heat stroke if you're in a heated situation already, make you more prone to heat stroke, which is important to know. So the next one up is decongestants. Here we go. Decongestants help break up mucus that causes your sinuses to feel stuffy and full. There are two types of over-the-counter decongestants. That word, which is found in Sudafed PE, is an example, and there's other ones that it can be found in too, but all products that state decongestant have this in it. Sledgeline, Ephedrol, Zephyr should not be taken with any of that because the interaction may cause severe increase in blood pressure. Razaline, for example, Azlex, should also be avoided due to the same. All antichloric medications should be used with caution. Phenylephrine may also cause an increase in tremor activity due to its interaction with blocking dopamine coming into your system. Then there's the other one, which is like plain Sudafed, which uses a pseudoephedrine. This is available under many different names, same precautions except tremor activity. So if you take just plain Sudafed without the pseudoephedrine type, you don't have any interactions with tremor activities, but it can cause. The important thing to know there is if you're taking any MyoB inhibitors like Sledgeline or Azilect, or the most common ones that people take, maybe others, I don't know. But if you're taking either one of those two, you want to avoid at all costs taking any decongestants, and that may limit your decongestant problem, but it does avoid things like high blood pressure and death and stuff like that, nasty stuff, and wouldn't want that. No. So that is the story on decongestants. If you're taking MyoB inhibitors, you're restricted on those things. Now, the next one up is expectorants. Expectorants aid in expectorating, purging the mucus from the sinuses or lungs. It's blah blah blah. Gualafestine. I'm sure people are laughing at my pronunciations. Robitussin, Mucinex is the only expectorant available. There are no interactions with any PD medication, so you can take any expectorant you want, no matter what. So that's good news. So maybe in place of decongestion, you take an expectorant if you're on MyoB inhibitors, because that's something. It can help break up the mucus in your sinuses. Now, expectorants. The last one we have on the list is cough suppressants. These help relieve coughing. Dextromethorphan Example, Delisum and other products with initials DM in the name. That's what DM stands for, is that Delisum is the cost suppressant available. Silidrine and Razaline should not be taken with dextromethorphan. Interaction can cause serotonin syndrome, which, although rare, can be fatal. So it's saying if you take any cough suppressants, the common dextromethorphan is the common cough suppressant used, that it can, in rare cases, in other words, you can take it and it may not be fatal, but it could be. So you want to be aware of that. And in other words, at your own risk, because it could be risky anyway. So those are some generalities, and that's your thing up. This is low down various cold medications. Of course, there are other conditions that their medications cause problems as well. I've listed a link down in the description of one that gives overall medication that can conflict with PD meds from a link that I found. So don't entirely depend on your primary care physician to know what medications are in conflict with your PD meds. Check out anything prescribed to you, even by a neurologist, because it doesn't hurt to double check it. Check your neurologist and find out if there's any contradictions with your PD medications, or when somebody prescribes something for you. Or you can also check out your cellphonedrugs.com. They have a list of things to watch out for and contraindications or medications that you might take. So that wraps up this episode. Have a great year, and I'll see you next week. This is Rick Koppel signing off. Remember to click subscribe and notification bell below to keep up with these videos so that you always don't miss any. And remember, you do you, because nobody can do you like you can. We'll see you next week. Bye.